We're here today to talk about the district's preparations for the upcoming heat for this weekend. It is hot today, and we anticipate that it will be warmer throughout the weekend. The National Weather Service is forecasting that the district will experience one of the warmest trends in the past 4 years, with temperatures reaching near 100 degrees and the heat index, or how hot it feels, soaring to a very dangerous 110 degrees. And that's why we're standing here in front of this incredible spray park at King Greenleaf Recreation Center. As we head into this weekend, the district is activating our heat emergency plan, which will provide critical services to residents, businesses, and visitors who would otherwise have no way to seek relief from the heat. Today I'm joined by several administration officials: Chris Geldart, who is the director of our Homeland Security and Emergency Management Agency; Dr. LaQuandra Nesbitt, the Director of the Department of Health; Laura Zeilinger, the Director of the Department of Human Services; Keith Anderson, the Director of Parks and Recreation; our Fire Chief, Gregory Dean; and our Director of the D.C. Office on Aging, Laura Newland. Our staff will provide an overview of our coordinated services in response to this heat emergency. We're going to review information about the hours and locations of our cooling centers, services for our residents experiencing homelessness, and extended hours at various pools and spray parks, like here at King Greenleaf. We're also joined by Bill Gausman, Senior Vice President of Pepco Holdings, who will share briefly about their efforts to ensure our power grid is ready for peak usage it will experience in the coming days and the contingencies in the event of a power outage. I'm also joined by Kevin Donahue, who is the Deputy Mayor of Public Safety and Justice. So thank you all for joining us to ensure our residents across all 8 wards have access to all the services they will need in this extreme heat. Let me turn it over to Director Chris Geldart, who will start over with an overview with our coordinated services, and then you'll hear from other city officials. Director Geldart.
Thank you, sir. I am Chris Geldart. I'm the Director of DC's Homeland Security and Emergency Management Agency. As the City Administrator mentioned, our district agencies are coordinating amongst each other and with regional partners such as Pepco and DC Water that we have been in contact with over the last few days about the heat that's coming. We've created a comprehensive website for our residents and visitors, those that are here in the district and will be here during this heat emergency. And that website is heat.dc.gov. On that site, you'll get all of the information that you'll hear today, plus more, for folks as we go through the next few days in the heat that we're expecting. That'll include particular information about our cooling centers, our heat emergency plan, and how to stay safe in these high temperatures. As soon as the actual temperature or the heat index, whether the real temperature or what it feels like outside, hits 95 degrees, we actually activate our heat emergency plan. And that puts into place cooling centers throughout the district, as well as many other things that we can do to help the residents and visitors of the district deal with the heat that we're having. The directors that will come up after me will give particular information about their areas, such as what we're doing on spray parks like this here, our pools, as well as other areas where you can go and get cool in the district as we go through the heat. In addition to our general cooling center hours, Director Zeilinger from the Department of Human Services, and Director Anderson will talk about what folks can do and what is available out there in the district for folks to beat the heat as we go through the weekend. To make sure that we have all our resources needed to treat any heat-related illnesses, our Fire and Emergency Medical Services Department is adding additional transport units starting today. We also have spoken to Metro to ensure that we have access to additional cooling buses as necessary throughout the event. So if we do have a power outage or we do have an event where we need to get something out there on the street to cool folks down rapidly, we can do that utilizing the Metro buses. Our Department of Human Services and Department of General Services are working to ensure that all district facilities have adequate cooling and available backup to cooling resources as necessary. The Department of Public Works crews will be taking precautions with our trash and recycling crews beginning collection at an hour earlier at 6 a.m. from Monday the 25th through Friday the 29th. Dr. Nesbitt from our Department of Health will be going over specific dangers of heat-related illnesses. But please, if I can get a message to the folks that are out there, please look out for your friends and your neighbors and make sure that they're staying cool and hydrated. If you know that you have somebody in your neighborhood that could be susceptible to the heat, check on them. They're your neighbor. Go out there and make sure that people are doing the right thing so that we don't have any casualties from this heat that we're going to expect over the next couple days. Remember to never leave children or pets alone in closed vehicles. Check on your outdoor pets frequently and ensure that they're not suffering from the heat. Try to postpone any outdoor game or activities till later in the day when the sun's not so strong as it is now. And please visit the heat.dc.gov website to get even more preparedness information on how you can be prepared with your family and those in your neighborhood during this event. I'd now like to turn it over to Dr. Nesbitt from the Department of Health, who can talk about what we can expect from heat-related illnesses.
Good afternoon, everyone. As Director Geldart mentioned, this is an extremely important time for us to be concerned about the health and well-being of all of our residents. Extreme heat can be extremely dangerous, and it can also kill some of our residents, especially our most vulnerable residents. We want to make sure that our residents are aware of the signs and symptoms of heat exhaustion and stroke and understand the importance of heat-related illness. Heat stroke is the most serious of the heat-related illnesses and occurs when the body temperature gets as high as 105 degrees. Most people think about how you sweat, but with heat stroke, when you have those signs and symptoms, your skin actually becomes dry and red. So if you see anyone who has these signs and symptoms, this is actually a medical emergency, and it is extremely important that you call 911 for immediate assistance for someone who is experiencing these signs and symptoms. You may also note that the person may have confusion, delirium, or may beginning to lose consciousness or show the first signs and symptoms of a coma. This is a medical emergency again. It is extremely important that you call 911 because the treatment at that time requires that we begin to have rapid lowering of the body temperature using cool bath or wet towels. This should be managed in a medical facility, and so we want to make sure that if you see anyone who begins to have this red coloring of the skin, is no longer sweating, they need to be managed. You need to call 911. Before this occurs, people may be showing signs and symptoms of heat exhaustion, or you yourself may be showing signs and symptoms of heat exhaustion. This may first manifest by nausea, headache, muscle cramps. You may also start to notice a little bit of confusion, or you may actually start to have a little bit of dehydration. You may notice that you yourself are not producing urine, or if you have small children, that they aren't making requests to actually go to the restroom or to go to the bathroom. These are the things that you may first notice once we have high temperatures in our community for a series of days. These are things that we can actually make sure that we prevent, which is why we recognize that it is critically important that we get these messages out to our residents. So what do you do to make sure that this doesn't happen? We make sure that we're drinking plenty of water. You need to make sure that you're doing this whether you're out or whether you're indoors. So making sure that you're hydrated is extremely important on days like this. We advise that you are not outside for long periods of time. We make sure that you are in shaded areas, making sure that you are noticing that you're sweating if you are outdoors. We actually recommend that you avoid drinks that contain caffeine. Caffeine is not good for you on warm days or hot days like this. So the best beverages for you to consume would be for you to consume water. Okay, so avoiding those caffeinated beverages like coffee, and also avoiding alcohol on days like this. So we recommend that you stay away from those products for the next couple of days. Wearing loose clothing that is not too snug, wearing breathable fabrics like cotton is advised on days over the next couple of days where the temperatures are going to be extremely high. And we recommend that you dress your infants and small children in the same way, making sure that they have hats that provide them additional shade or benefit, or if that you're going to be out in the neighborhoods for walks, that you also use umbrellas. And we have someone here today who's actually doing that and protecting herself. We recommend, again, that you're using sunscreens if you're going to be out, and that, again, we recommend that you're being good citizens and you're checking on your neighbors and making sure that they have adequate supplies of water as well. So, again, we want to stress the importance that the signs and symptoms of heat stroke is indeed a medical emergency. We ask that you call for assistance if you see anyone who is exhibiting those signs and symptoms with 911 and making sure that they get to an adequate medical facility for immediate treatment.
Hi, my name is Laura Zeilinger, Director of the Department of Human Services. One of the populations who can be particularly vulnerable in a heat emergency are people who don't have a safe place that is home. So we expand our services and supports for people experiencing homelessness during this time. We will have our low barrier shelters, which are usually only open overnight, open 24 hours, so that people don't have to go out during the day. They can stay inside. They will have access to food and water and a cool place in those centers. In addition, we will open our day center that's normally open only during the work week, throughout the weekend and throughout the emergency, and offer services there full day during the from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., where there will also be a cool place to come in, meals, and water. That provides a place for people who normally do not want to come into one of the shelters to be able to come inside and get their needs met. We will have our hyperthermia hotline up and running, as well as expanded homeless outreach. So we will have our teams out checking on people who are outside and also on call to be able to go engage people and help bring them water should they need it, but also provide them a safe place to come in. If you see somebody who is experiencing homelessness who you think may need assistance, please call our hyperthermia hotline. That number is 1-800-535-7252. In our partnership with the United Planning Organization, they also will be providing water to people as they're transporting them to cooling centers. DHS will open additional cooling centers in partnership with DPR as needed should we have power outages, so residents do have a safe place to come inside and be cool if that is warranted. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Keith Anderson, and I'm the Director of DC's Department of Parks and Recreation. First, I would like to take the opportunity to remind everyone that the second annual DPR Recreation Day event scheduled for tomorrow, Saturday, July 23rd at the Randall Recreation Center is canceled due to the district's heat emergency. As Director Geldart discussed, we will have extended hours at our select pools, recreation centers, and spray parks during the heat wave. I want to encourage all of our district residents and visitors to visit our spray parks and outdoor pools, as they are great resources to stay cool during this heat wave. In addition, as I'm sure Chief Dean would echo, our spray parks are safer and more fun than opening fire hydrants. Opening fire hydrants is prohibited. You can get hurt, and you are using water that our firefighters may need to save your home or, quite frankly, your life. As mentioned, the operating hours at select spray parks in all 8 wards have been extended through Friday, July 29th. Select spray parks will operate from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. 7 days a week through July 29th. In addition, tomorrow, Saturday, July 23rd, at select DPR swimming aquatic facilities in all 8 wards will operate with extended hours until 9 p.m. instead of closing at 6 p.m. Also on Saturday, July 23rd, select recreation centers will operate as cooling centers with extended hours until 9 p.m. As always, on Sunday, our outdoor pools will open from noon to 6 p.m. For a full list of aquatic facilities, recreation centers, and spray parks with extended hours, residents should visit heat.dc.gov. Thank you, and stay cool, everyone.
Good afternoon. I'm Bill Gausman with Pepco. I'd like to just talk a little bit about our preparation. Like you've just heard for the district agencies, we also have taken many steps to prepare for the storm or the heat conditions. One of the things that we have done, we recognize the the inconveniences that outages cause to customers. So we have significantly increased the number of crews around the clock throughout the weekend and for as long as this heat emergency will last. We also have many more crews available waiting, if need be, to be called in and respond to any type of emergency, be it on the overhead, the underground, or the substation components. So we do not anticipate any problems in being able to supply the load. Our electric system is more than adequate to meet the anticipated peak demands, but we do recognize there's always a potential for an outage. We do encourage customers, though, to take some steps to help to reduce the total loads, and things like running a fan, closing your shades, having emergency kits so that if you have medicine or different types of flashlight, those types of things, having them ready and know where they're at is very important, and appropriate actions to take in the unlikely condition that an outage could occur. We're here to support the district agency. We'll respond to whatever their needs and requirements are. We're prepared to work whatever's necessary, and we'll be here throughout the weekend. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. We'll take a few questions if you have them.
How big of an emergency is this compared to other things like hurricanes and blizzards?
Well, we take this emergency very seriously. We want district residents to be prepared whenever we have a weather event, whether it's a heat emergency or preparations for heavy snow or heavy winds. We want to make sure that, one, we activate all of our resources in the district, and two, let our residents and visitors know what they can expect from us and what they need to do to be safe. So we take this event in the same vein as we would take any weather event for which we want to make sure people are ready and prepared and take the appropriate precautions. Yeah, sure. Chief, question.
I know you wanted to ramp up with some additional ambulances for the next few days. Have you been able to meet the expectations that you wanted to get the number of ambulances out there? And how many will there be there? And is AMR also stepping up?
So our goal was to make sure with this emergency, like any event, that we had enough resources available. So the plan was to have 5 ambulances available today, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Today we have 4 ambulances, additional ambulances on available, and on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday there will be 5 that are already taken care of. In regards to AMR is expected to meet their need. We've talked to them, and we assume they'll be adding additional staff to make sure they can meet the needs of the call volume.
Sure.
This is now 6 months exactly since the giant snowstorm, and here we are with a different emergency. Obviously very different in how you handle it, but I imagine there's some similarities. Can you speak to that?
Sure. As the city administrator said, and rightfully, we take all of these emergencies very seriously. There's a potential for loss of life when we have extreme heat like this, or what we had 6 months ago with the cold and the snow. So we get the agencies together, and as the city administrator echoed to everybody rightfully, we've been working for the last 2-3 days since this forecast came down to ensure that all our agencies are ready. They have the things that they need. We're collaborating. We ensure if there's any unmet needs from any of the agencies and taking care of their populations out in the district, we're doing that. So we're taking it very seriously, just like we would anything else.
Yes.
Do you anticipate having to plan for more events like this with climate change, and does the city have some planning that it's working on to try to accommodate people and maybe even buildings to climate change?
So the question was, do we anticipate more events like this as a result of climate change, and what kind of things do we do to anticipate or prepare for those? We have a operation and a system that activates for any type of emergency, whether it's man-made or natural disaster that occurs. And so we're geared for that. We train on that. We work with agencies to develop contingency plans for that. So whether it's a heat emergency this weekend and hopefully not the following weekends, or snow or rain or wind, we have a set of protocols that we activate to deal with those issues. And so whatever the causation is, we'll be prepared to respond to those kinds of things. And we also look at forward planning and sort of long-term planning of how we can mitigate things like heat emergencies and be better energy efficient and use other avenues to reduce our energy consumption. And so we have a great agency that leads that effort in partnership with many people across the district government. And that's the district's Department on Energy and Environment. And so we're always looking to be more resilient and actually have a planning effort around resiliency and climate issues that is in place right now. Any last questions? So let me just echo again the two things that we want in terms of contact information. If individuals need transportation to a cooling center, that number is 1-800-535-7252. 1-800-535-7252. And our full slate of initiatives and activities and caution is at heat.dc.gov. We want people to be safe, be thoughtful, check on your neighbors, and please heed the precautions for what will be a pretty sweltering weekend and beginning of next week. Thank you all.